Welcome to the Trimlight Edge tutorial for setting up timers and schedules. Make sure you are connected, open the Trimlight Edge app, and tap on controller window to enter the app. Locate the four icons at the bottom and select the clock icon at the bottom right corner. The timer and calendar function screen is one of the most useful features of your new Trimlight Edge system, giving you the ability to set your lights to come on and shut off daily or for every major holiday, sporting event, or special occasion months in advance. When you first enter the schedule screen, you will see your program library, which is a list of all the preset holidays, as well as any custom patterns you may have created and saved for future events. You can save up to 60 patterns in this library, and it is important to note that any of these patterns can be edited or deleted by simply sliding the name of any pattern to the left, which gives you the option to rename or delete that program. Simply touching any of these patterns will also automatically put your lights on that scene while in manual mode. Below the list of patterns, you will see the Combined Effect button showing multiple patterns and intervals. This unique feature allows you to set up multiple patterns to run one after another for set periods of time that you can choose. Tap on the pattern side of the button, and you can add which patterns you want to run in sequence on your system. Then tap on the interval side of the button, and you can set the time for how long you want each pattern to run before the next pattern appears. This allows you to create a more varied light display if you choose that option. Below the Combined Effect button, you will access your timer settings by tapping the Schedule button near the bottom of the screen. Now you have a couple options. First, you can set a daily timer by touching on Daily Schedule 1 or 2. This could be used for light patterns you may want on every night, such as warm white accent lighting. You will see 4 areas you need to address. The first is repetition, which gives you several options. Second is the library. This is most important as you will need to select which preset holiday or custom pattern you want displayed on the daily schedule. If you created a combined effect with several patterns and intervals, you will need to set your library to the combined effect option. Keep in mind, you can only utilize the combined effect for one timer or calendar event at a time. Finally, you will need to set your start time and off time. Pay attention to AM and PM settings. Once you have selected the parameters you want, turn on your timer by touching the toggle switch. Then press Save and OK to close, and your daily timer is all set. You will notice there is also an option for a second daily timer. This feature can be used to create an additional lighting feature that you may want to turn on and shut off at a separate time. For example, you could have a holiday pattern set to turn on at 6 p.m. and shut off at 10 p.m. on Daily Schedule 1. Then you could set up Daily Schedule 2 to have a warm white accent pattern or security lighting that turns on at 10:01 p.m. and shuts off at 5 a.m. You would follow the same steps and make sure your timers are on for them to take effect. Remember to never overlap the time ranges on daily timers. Now let's talk about creating a calendar event. This feature gives you the ability to program your lights several months in advance or even out an entire year. Press the Schedule button, then tap on Create a Calendar Event. These numbers represent the months of the year. To set up an event, simply touch the number correlating to the month you want to set up in, then select the day or days you want your lights to come on. I will choose month 7 for July, And I'm going to set up my lights to come on from July 1st through July 5th by simply tapping those days. And you will see it populates all the days in between the two dates selected. Then click Next, and you're asked to select your pattern as well as your start time and off time. Once finished, select Create, and your calendar event will be saved. Touch Close on the upper right, and you are finished. Notice if you go back into the Schedule screen and select Create a Calendar Event, you now see month 7 highlighted. This is simply notifying you that you have a saved calendar event for that month. If you need to alter or delete a calendar event, simply touch on the highlighted month, then touch any of the highlighted days, and you will see the screen showing your current settings. This gives you the option to edit or delete your event. Close the calendar and you're back to the main scheduling screen. Now let's talk about 2 very important steps for your Trimlight Edge system to run properly. First, make sure you never overlap the start and stop times on the 2 daily timers, and never overlap the time range on a daily timer with the time range on a calendar event. This may confuse the system and the timers may not run correctly. Second, once you're finished programming the app and setting up timer events, you must always go back to the main settings screen and switch your Trimlight system to timer mode for your timer and calendar events to go into effect. If you keep the system on manual, it will just stay on whatever pattern you had on while programming, and it will never turn off. If you switch the system to off, your lights will never come on even if you have timers set up. So again, make sure and switch to timer mode when you are ready to exit the app. That is all for this video. Now please go to the Trimlight Edge Connecting to Music video for more great features. Thank you.